Welcome to episode 3 of AI Practitioner Exam Bites. Before we dive into today's objectives, once again, let's look at the review question from our last episode, which asked about the most suitable type of inferencing approach for this given scenario. Is it batch inferencing, delayed inferencing, periodic inferencing, or real-time inferencing? So the correct answer is D, and congratulations to everyone in the comments who got that correct. Let's go through each of the options, however. A is incorrect because that is used when we want to process data in bulk rather than needing responses immediately with minimal delay. B and C are incorrect because, well, I just made up those options. And D is correct, as we discussed, because that will allow the predictions to be provided immediately in response to input data. All right, so today we're going to cover the exam objective, describe the different types of data in AI models. For example, labeled and unlabeled, tabular, time series, image, text, structured and unstructured. Let's start with labeled and unlabeled data, which are the two most common broad categories of data used in AI models, particularly when training models. Labeled data consists of the data itself, along with a label which essentially describes each piece of data, like images of flowers with a label identifying the type of flower in each image. In contrast, unlabeled data consists of just the data with no labels. Now you might be wondering, how is unlabeled data actually useful? If we don't know what the data is, how can we train an AI model on it? Well, we'll be answering that question in our next episode tomorrow when we talk about the different types of machine learning, so stand by on that one. Your labeled and unlabeled data might be structured or unstructured. Structured data fits neatly into predefined formats, like, for example, a customer database with purchase history, which we could potentially use to predict what the customer will purchase next. In contrast, unstructured data doesn't have a predefined format or structure, like text-based product reviews written by customers, which could be used to analyze customer sentiment or identify common problems with a particular product. Now let's talk about how either your labeled or unlabeled, structured or unstructured data might actually be presented. Tabular data is organized in rows and columns, just like a spreadsheet. And this is one of the most common formats for data sets which you might use when training an AI model. And this can be used for both structured and unstructured data. If your data represents data points over a range of time, it might be formatted as time series, which captures values along with their timestamps, which could also be presented in a tabular format. So you can see that we can kind of mix and match a lot of these things together. So as always, to finish off, over to you with a quick review question. You are training an AI model to identify the sentiment in customer reviews written on your website. You already have many customer reviews with their sentiment, positive, negative, or neutral, identified to use as the training data. What types of data are being used to train this AI model? And I want you to select 3 from these options. A, text, B, image, C, labeled data, D, unlabeled data, E, structured data, F, unstructured data. Remember, this is a bit of a different type of question. It's a multi-response, so make sure you select 3, post your answer in the comments, and as usual, I'll give you the correct answer in our next episode, where we're going to finish off task statement 1.1 from the exam guide and talk about the 3 main types of machine learning. And this topic is closely related to what we discussed in this episode. Exciting times. See you then.